In the last class, we had discussed the difference between structure and class and how to create our own data type using class. And I told you to write I'll write the general syntax in this class, isn't it? So I have written the same example here, the same class student, and each student having data member student ID, student name and combination. In order to input data for these members, we have a function called input function and display function to display the contents. Okay, so this is the way to create our own data type, and the class contains both variable declaration and also functions. These two functions we have written inside the class, we have defined, so they are all called member functions of the class, and these are the data members of a class. So how to refer the members of class, data members and member function? There is a question, 1 mark question. How do you refer members of class? We refer members of a class as a data member and member function. Whereas in structure, members means only the data members. In class, members means both data members and member functions. These two functions can access the private data of the class. Okay. Now, from main function, we are going to call these functions, and one more concept is there. Private members are accessed only through the member function of the class, whereas the member functions which are defined in the public section, it can be accessed through the main function. Main is a non-member function. Okay, a non-member function can access the public data, not the private data. That's why we have defined input function and display function in a public section. Now, I'm going to store two student details. So I will take two variables here, student S1, S2. Whenever you write a declaration statement here, whenever you create object here, there would be a memory allocation for S1 and S2. Each S1, S2, each S1 variable and S2 variable represent a student. S1 represent one student and S2 another student. Whenever we declare variables, there is a memory allocation, and there is a separate memory allocation for each object, that is only for data members. Each and every object S1 and S2 having a separate memory for data members, SID, SName and combination. But there is only one set of memory allocation for member functions. There is no separate allocation in each object. Are you understanding? So, which object wants to get data, that object has to call input function. If you want to read value for S1 has to call input function. These things we already discussed. Now S2 also. Let us display the content. SID, I'm going to display the heading here. Okay, which object value you want to display, you have to call display function using that object, S1.display and S2.display. Let us discuss the output here. So you know that always execution starts from main function. So which is the first cout statement here? Enter the details of a student, isn't it? After that, S1.input is there. Enter details of student. See here. Enter details of student. After that, there is a function call S1.input. So S1 is going to call input function. Okay, what is there in the input function? Enter SID, SName and combination. That would be displayed on the screen. Enter SID, SName and combination. Now user can give any value for this. For SID is integer type. I have taken 111, and SName character array string XYZ and PCMCS combination. After that, which is the next statement here? Again, enter the details of a second student, student 2. After that, S2.input. The same function is going to call again with a different object. The output is like this. Enter the details of second student. After that, enter SID, SName. Now the details are like this. After that, the heading is there, SID \t SName \t combination. What happened here? SID \t is there, no, the tabular space, and SName, here tabular space, then here SName tabular space combination. And \n is there, cursor comes to next line. After that, S1.display, isn't it? So S1, this object, S1 object is going to call display function. So display function displays the contents of S1. SID, display function is displaying SID. Whose SID? S1 SID. 111 XYZ like that. So I hope you understood this program. Through this program, let us write the general syntax. The syntax for defining class. So defining, this is the class definition. No, defining class is nothing but creating our own data type using class. Class name. In general statement, we have to write all the access specifiers, private, data members and member function, public also and protected. This is the way to define a class. Now the syntax for creating object. Creating object is nothing but declaring a class. You should remember this. It is very important. Creating object is nothing but declaring a class. Now, how to declare class? Sometimes they'll ask how to create objects or how to declare class. Class name space object 1, object 2, semicolon. How many objects you want, you can take. In general, I have written object 1, object 2, dot, semicolon. Now, syntax to access members of class. How do you access members of class? Data members. See, whenever the word comes members, you have to remember a class having data members and member functions. And one more thing, usually data members are declared in the private section, isn't it? SID, name, combination. These are all data members. Where I had declared here, private section. So you know that there is a rule, private members cannot be accessed outside the class directly. Only public members can access outside the class. If I declare a student ID or any data member in a public section, it can be accessed outside the class also. Are you understanding? See, in real-time examples, in the real-time problem solution, while developing a program, we have to write data members in a private section, not in the public section. Only functions are written in the public section. But to make you understand this concept, accessing members of class, if any data member would be in the public section, how to access outside the class? Are you understanding? If any data member, for example, int SID, if I declare SID in a public section instead of declaring in a private section, if I take in a public section, you can access directly outside the class, that is in the main function, how you accessed in the structure. Are you understanding? In this particular example, I had taken in a private section, so private members are accessed in the member function. If SID would be in a public section, directly you can access in the main function like object name and dot operator. By considering that example, I have taken general syntax here. Accessing data member, object name dot data member name semicolon. Object name s1 dot SID. Usually we won't write directly object name dot SID in a main function. Either in a cin statement or cout statement we'll write this. So better we remove this. Okay. Object name dot data member name. Then accessing a member function. How to access member functions? We accessed here, isn't it? See, void disp, void input, they're all member functions. How to access? Object name here, object name dot input, object name dot input, and s1 dot disp, s2 dot disp. So in general, object name dot member function name open close parenthesis semicolon. Sometimes in some problem statement, depends on the problem statement, then there may be a situation to send an argument here, but in general we'll leave empty here. Object name dot member function open close semicolon. Example s1 dot input open close parenthesis semicolon. On this concept, you'll get one 5-mark questions. What is 5-mark question? Explain the difference between class definition and class declaration. See, what is mean by class definition? Class definition is nothing but naming a class, isn't it? The process of naming a class and specifying data members and member functions. In this particular example, the process of naming a class and specifying data members and member functions. Up to here, this is the class definition. This is the end of the class. Are you understanding? So the general syntax of defining a class is this much. Okay, that I had given in the material. Now, the first point is the process of naming a class and specifying a data members. Whereas class declaration, what is meant by declaration of a class? Creating objects to the class which is already defined. So class declaration is nothing but creating an object for the class which is already defined, isn't it? Now, second point, what you need to write? General syntax. In the definition, class definition side, general syntax. In the class declaration side, this is the general syntax. Class name, object 1, object 2, semicolon. And third point, what you need to write? See, whenever we define a class, there is no memory allocation takes place for the members of a class. Members means data members and member functions. Is there any memory allocation? No. When memory gets allocated? When we declare class, when we create objects, student S1, S2, whenever you create objects, then memory would be allocated for variables. These data members and member functions. So what is the third point? Whenever you define a class, there is no memory allocation takes place for the members of a class. When you declare class, there is a memory allocation for members of a class. And then example. This is the example only. You can write this much. You don't want to define this. Just you mention the functions. Void input, semicolon, void display, semicolon. And example for declaring a class. What is that? Student name. I did not write here actually. Student name and what is that? S1, S2, S1, S2, semicolon. I hope you understood this concept. Clear?